Guys,
Good morning, everyone.
we're gonna go ahead and get started. It's 10 o'clock on the nose.
Woo-hoo.
So what we're bringing you today is how to attract home buyers through social media. If you have questions for this, just go ahead and give me a shout out. I probably won't be able to check the chat, so just unmute yourself and talk to us. Okay. So to participate in Facebook groups, why would this be important? Over 1 billion users actively participate in Facebook groups each month. That's a lot of potential clients. So the information that I'm pulling from came from Keller Home Loans. Their marketing people did some research, interviewed agents. So this is where my data is coming from. So users, if you want to grow your Facebook organically, you want to engage in 3 to 4 Facebook groups per month. And this means types of groups: professional. Maybe it's a bunch of real estate groups you're involved with. Maybe you're looking for referral partners. The community, maybe it's a mom's group. Maybe it is a church group. You just need to be involved. So how do you get started? So easiest way, join 4 Facebook groups a month. Focus on community groups, similar interests, and you can create opportunities inside this group. Meaning, it gives you a way to engage with potential customers that you won't naturally get a chance to within your sphere. You could be a dog lovers group, it could be a cat lovers group, it could be a work group, similar interest groups, whatever you want to participate in. But the rules for it are, Bethany?
You should actually, do we have a secretary? Oh, sorry. Okay, yeah, you should actively engage at least 10 times a month in each group. Create posts or calls to actions, comments on other people's posts, get high quality engagement and not just, scroll like. Actually engage with those people and make conversation with them.
So what does that mean? As far as the event, you can organize an event, you can go in and comment on other people's posts. An active touch is just not liking. It's not going to trigger the algorithm for Facebook. You can create a community event where you intend to meet people face to face. You can create a digital community where you're hosting through a Zoom. You can do 10 or more of these posts per month without feeling overwhelmed. So 3 to 4 groups, 10 posts. And the post doesn't have to be yours. It could be a comment with 5 or more words. So this is more Bethany's world than mine.
Yeah. So if you're going to do social post and you're creating the post, make sure you use some visually appealing graphics. Look at your colors, avoid grainy photos.
Can I make my personal pet peeve? My personal pet peeve, and every time I see this, it just drives me, it makes me cringe a little bit. When I see a non-transparent logo, like you can see on my slide, it just doesn't look as good as it could. You're like, well, I can't see it. Well, you could make that image white. You could do that Keller Williams Elevate logo in white. See how much nicer the one on the bottom looks? It looks like it blends in and it's like it's seamless. So you want your branding to scream, look at me, this is awesome. And it's supposed to be capturing attention. So the first one's going to capture attention, but I don't think it's the attention you necessarily want. So the difference in the flyers, why would those be relevant? Well, spring, summer market's coming. You're using colors that would trigger that emotion in you. You're using colors that, I mean, we could have used a vivid yellow. We wouldn't have used yellow and green, but we could have done a nice pastel for spring. We could have used a nice bright yellow for summer. Something that's going to be a visual appealing. Maybe you're just playing off the seasons.
Playing off the seasons, or if you already have your brand, make sure you're consistently sticking with those colors that you've selected for your personal branding.
So a big one is grainy photos. So if you're using a photo that looks like you took from an airplane and you wonder why, well, why didn't it get the views that I wanted? Well, because I scrolled right past it. I looked at it and I'm like, what the heck is this? Oh, who did this? That's what you're getting from me when because you're trying to stop the scroll on Facebook. You got 2 seconds to make your appearance. If your photo looks like it was from 1980, unless they're gonna step and say, oh, is this an old photo? What are we trying to do here?
Yeah.
If we're looking at grainy stuff now, it doesn't fly.
Right, and if you think about it, the average person spends 2 hours and 27 minutes per day on social media. So what is catching your attention? What posts are catching your attention? What are you scrolling right by? What are you liking? What are you commenting? And then start to get a gauge of like what you like, and maybe just, take a screenshot of their post and, recreate it for your own personal branding, and just kind of go off of what you like and what is getting engagement from yourself. It will help create engagement to other people when you reproduce it for yourself.
If it's not visually appealing, I'm not gonna read it.
Yeah.
So I'm not even gonna stop. I don't care what words you wrote. You're not even gonna get me to stop and look at it because you didn't capture my attention long enough. I just scrolled right past it. You could have wrote the most beautiful masterpiece you've ever written, but I didn't see it. You didn't get it in front of me because your graphics were bad. It looked clunky. It looked childish. You guys are all professionals. You have a brand to sell. We'd love to see it in a high quality manner.
Yeah, and somehow relate a story to the open house and what you love about it, or whether it's a listing or not, just create some type of story to help create more of a connection between you and your potential clients.
So here's more of my realm. Leverage technology and AI. Okay, you're gonna be like, Lynn, I use ChatGPT. Well, that's great, but that's not necessarily all I want to do. And they're like, oh, well, Lynn, Facebook decided to put AI in there. Yeah, I know how that's working for most people. They can't find what they're actually looking for. So pretty much start, if you're new to it, start with using technology to ensure follow-up. Leverage technology. So basically you're setting expectations. You get one chance. The most time you're going to get for a person to figure out who you are, how you're going to do it, is when they first make contact with you. You could do something as simple as, let's just say, an autoresponder. That is a follow-up. If you're out doing an open house and they shoot you an email like, hi, I'm out of the office showing houses, it's just follow-up. The more you give people, the more information you give people, like, oh, well, look how informed they're just telling me they're out doing open houses. Great. Well, then that means you're going to follow back up with them at some point. Holy moly. Trash can's gone nuts. You're going to follow up with them at some point. If you have Instagram, Facebook, there are chatbot features for staying in for contact. Example, it could be on your business page, or they sent you a message. It could say, thank you for reaching out. I'd love to connect with you. I'll be in touch. Just something simple to know that you have your stuff set up. You've responded, just like you would with a smart plan in the middle of the night. You get a Facebook lead, you responded to them. So they know you are a real person and something's coming.
Right.
Run your business however you are actually running your business, but use AI, use technology to enhance it, not to hinder it.
Yeah, because like how many times have you yourself, reached out to a company or business or person on Facebook or, Messenger, whatever their way of communication is, and you just don't get any type of response back. So it's like, do they even receive it? Are they operating a high level business? What does this look like? Like, I mean, have you ever received any non-responses?
Me?
Yeah.
All the time.
All the time. And it's just like, all right, well, I guess they'll get back to me eventually. Even if it's just like an auto response, like, okay, thank you for, reaching out. I'll get back to you at my earliest convenience or whatever. Or, just give them like some type of time frame, like, okay, I'll get back to you within 24 hours. Hopefully it's not that long, but you get the gist of it. Just try to keep open communication to help hook your clients.
Me being me, you're gonna get about 17 more because I don't even know if you've received it. So I will just on my computer, just typing away. Oh, they didn't receive it. I got nothing. Nope, still didn't receive it. I got nothing because my expectations are that most people are leveraging technology. They're like, oh, thank you for reaching out. Or even if you sign up for something, you get a response saying, okay, did you confirm this? Yes, I did. Thank you. It's just the exchange, and it's kind of expected now. The less you do it, people are gonna be like, oh, are they really there? And you're just
Mhm.
trying to leverage the gaps of time, so you can personally reach out and put your touches on things. It's just a gap filler to help you.
Mhm.
Attracting lasting connections. What does this mean? So you want to focus on building relationships, just not short-term goals. You just don't want to reach out, have a one-time conversation with somebody, show one house and decided, they didn't make an offer, we're done here.
I've had that happen to me. Because I didn't create a lasting connection.
So you're going to try to avoid one-time interactions, aim for lasting connections. How do we do that? Well, we got some tips for you. We got 10 of them to be exact. So this is 10 pieces of advice from agents who do well on social media and build and connect and make lasting relationships. So the first one,
Promote the town and not just the house. Position yourself as a community partner who specializes in real estate. Interview local businesses and showcase them on your social media. Highlight local events such as Memorial Day parades, community events, farmers markets, etc. You could use video footage or photos to enhance your post. Demonstrate your value as an integral part of the community, not just as a real estate agent. And what we know about this too is this definitely helps people understand more about the town that they want to move into, or just surrounding the house that you're hosting open. It just helps create more of a connection and let them know that you are actually a neighborhood expert and you're not just, you only stay in one town. You explore every city you go to.
so this is my favorite one. Be yourself. Authenticity and personal branding. So success on social media comes from being raw and authentic. So when you meet someone in person and you have this persona, I feel like this is like you see them on TV.
Mhm.
And you meet them and you're just like, your expectations are off. Like you felt like you watched their social media for like, I don't know, I've been watching them for 6 months. I've been following them. I'm really into what they're saying. And then you meet them and they're a clown show. It's just like, okay, that does not match. So you want to make sure your social media matches who you are. If you're someone that gets up, dresses up every day and you show houses in a 3-piece tuxedo, I want to see that on your social media. If you're not doing that, now you come show me a house in flip-flops and a tank top. That's not what I was expecting. I was expecting this 3-piece, well-presented professional, and that's not what I'm seeing. So now it's like, oh, was everything you just showed me a lie? Did you tell me? I mean, you in your head, you get that disconnect, kind of like when you meet celebrities, where you meet when you're like, huh, they were amazing on TV and they let me down in person. So you just want to showcase your authentic self, generally who you are. If it doesn't represent you, don't put it there. You can lose opportunities if you're not representing yourself properly. If they're seeking authenticity and that's not who you are, if you are raw and uncut, good or bad, someone's going to gravitate towards you.
Next, we have educate your buyers. So I've been hearing mixed things that this is kind of on its way out. Yes, you should be educating your buyers, but make sure you're still incorporating, just stuff about yourself and your cities, the houses, etc. Just try not to be like every single day, educate, educate, educate. You want to mix some more reality in there. But if you are going to educate your buyers, make sure you're sharing tips that are valuable for past, current, or potential future clients. Provide advice on home maintenance, care, even for non-homeowners. Tips like how to often change your smoke detector batteries are helpful and engaging. Position yourself as an expert on practical everyday home tips and tricks on social media. Some of my favorites are, if you were to relocate, what city would you move to? That helps create a potential referral for you as well when you refer them to that out of state or, further down in Columbus area or something like that. Other things are like, oh, well, if you could change anything in your house, what would it be? And, some people may say, oh, I need a bigger kitchen. Well, guess what? You can start looking for bigger kitchens. Like, oh, hey, I saw this home, thought of you.
But maybe you have a referral partner as a contractor.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe that's the ticket. Maybe that might not be a house sale right now, but you have a lifelong person where you've helped them and you're still helping them. So you're their expert. As far as the home education tips, I'm not a home buyer. I see a lot of stuff right now that's getting engagement because it's spring planting season. What plants are you planting? What, if it's for shade, if it's for sun, why are they saying stuff like that? It's conversation starters.
Mhm.
You are starting a conversation that's gonna require 5 words or more. Remember that for a little bit later in this. But that's kind of very important. If you can engage conversation, start it, because you're gonna kick in that lovely little algorithm, or I'm gonna tell you a little bit more about what that can do. So this is my favorite, because I have several Facebook groups, as you guys know. Chatting with your followers, engaging, all your posts, and make sure there's a clear call to action. What do you want them to do with this post? Well, for me, I want you to post your workout. I want you to post your water drinking. I want you to engage with me. Otherwise, I'm talking to myself. But it gets really hard to talk to yourself, because then you start looking a little bit crazy. You need other people to join in, respond, even if it's silly. You want them to respond. You want to create opportunities for engaging, and you want to validate their responses. You want to foster a sense of community and connection. Why? Because everyone can unite against just something. Everybody can drink water. Everybody has the potential to work out in some facet. You want to include people so they have stuff to talk about. Maybe these people that you're in your group have stuff that you don't know about, and it's going to like spark other ideas. So I didn't know that drinking water was good for me. Maybe someone's educating me that it is good for me. And the more you do this, the more conversations you have, the more you're gonna get in front of these people.
Make sure you're responding to the comments too, the good, the bad, the ugly. Acknowledge that not all feedback will be positive. Differing opinions are common. Respond to negative comments in a non-emotional and professional manner. Ensure you respond to all comments, not leaving any unresolved. Address negative feedback politely, stating that unwelcome comments will be removed. This approach protects your loyal followers and maintains a positive community and atmosphere.
So you're basically handling complaints. People are complaining, they don't want to go into a page where they're feeling unwanted, the people that are commenting good or bad, they're still building activity. You just want to keep it positive. You don't want to go there and get an attack because, you feel that drinking water is bad. Well, that's great that you feel that way. You still want to acknowledge them, validate their concerns, but you know what? You can't really bash people on it. It doesn't promote anything of any value. So just don't do it. Make sure it's not done on your pages. Avoid simply shouting about your home listings. Content diversity. So when we say this, we don't want to see, I'm so excited for you that you have a listing. However, I don't want to see it 19 times that week. I don't want to see the same listing just reposted. Do you have anything else? Do you have anything in the community that's going on that might want to, generate this? Do you have anything? You want to make sure there's more than just listings on your page. You want to maintain a healthy mix of content to keep your people engaged. And you lose the algorithm if you're just posting that, because you're gonna scroll by and you're not gonna get the hits that you want. And you want to stay visible to play into Facebook's, Instagram's algorithms.
Yeah,
It's crucial.
just don't post the home. Actually tell a story about the home or the area or something to help it connect to the people that are on social media.
If it was a stagnant picture, maybe you try a video, maybe you went like, oh, look at the neighborhood. Is there anything going on in the neighborhood?
Or, hey guys, I just listed this house. I love the kitchen and all the updates. Make sure you come by and check it out, the open house. Like talk about it, get some type of engagement for like why people should come to the open house or why they should even look at it.
So this is a fun one. Not everybody's comfortable with video.
Yeah.
You may not want to put your face on there. That's fine. You don't have to put your face. You could do a voiceover. People are naturally drawn to video content. So think about what you're looking at. Would you prefer a stagnant post or would you prefer to watch something?
Myself, lately I've been getting on Facebook and I get stuck on the reels. I don't even scroll Facebook anymore. I'm just like, all right, next reel. Like, all I'm watching is videos now.
How many, I can't tell you how many videos I watched on fish. Fish, like people fishing, catching fish. I don't know how I got in this loop, but I'm stuck on fish. I watched a killer whale chase a seal onto a boat. Like, I'm like, why? I have no idea why I'm watching this. Why? Because it's mindless, 1 minute entertainment that means nothing. So if it's gonna mean nothing, make it mean something so it's memorable. Like, why am I remembering about an orca chasing a seal? Who
Yeah.
posted it?
And now you're stuck in the algorithm too, and you're only watching fish videos.
I'm watching fish videos, I'm watching seal videos, I'm having dreams about fish. Like, I can't, it's stuck. It's becoming a problem. So make sure you have a healthy mix when you do videos. Start off with like narrating your town.
Mhm.
Do an interview with somebody, make it so it's engaging and people want to watch it. But don't make a movie.
No.
Make sure it's short. Reels, shorts, if you can do it in a minute, perfect, because how long is your attention span before you scroll to the next? If it's
Yeah.
not something that's like, oh my goodness, this seal's about to get eaten, I'm scrolling and I'm watching the next fish video.
Yeah, and if you're familiar with Instagram, Facebook, Canva, whatever, you can take your pictures and create a video from pictures. So it doesn't always have to be recording if you're not familiar with making videos yet. You can start with picture slideshows or something and just, put text over it or, talk about it, whatever
in
you're
CapCut.
trying to.
Edit it.
CapCut works too. CapCut has a free version as well.
So never assume that you're only connecting with first-time home buyers. Expand your topics. I'm not a first-time home buyer, so I've had a house in the past, so I want to know what you're offering me now. Could it be that I am interested in wealth building? Could it be that I'm interested in building real estate? How do you know what I have if you not talk to me? You can get a broader audience just by diversifying your content and reach. Because if you only talk about first-time home buyers, you're limiting your potential buying pool. You're only gonna get first-time home buyers. I don't want the $500,000 listing that it's moving out because we need to upgrade. We want
Yeah.
those big players. We just don't want those little, like, first, I mean, it's great and they're bread and butter, but there's more out there, more
Mhm.
fish in the sea. See, I'm still stuck on fish.
Talking to yourself on social media doesn't do your page any good. So Lynn kind of touched on this earlier. If you are, just posting to post and you're not getting any type of response, switch up your content a little bit. Try to make something that is going to be engaging. And avoid creating mock podcasts featuring role plays where you switch between the expert and the buyer.
Buyer hat, seller hat. Those can be very tacky and people think
Yeah.
they're really, if they're not, very few do them really well. Where you're like, I'm this, I'm that. I've seen a couple really well done, but for the most part, that's not your stick.
Yeah. Ensure the content is relatable and avoids anything that might make you as a consumer cringe. What was I saying now?
What do I mean by cringe? Like, is it like,
Yeah.
you don't want your video to get up,
Yeah.
that's not that's not the memory you're going for. And I've seen a couple of you guys on the call right now. I've seen you guys start to dabble with video. Keep it up. I
Mhm.
mean, that was your first try. I can tell that you're a little bit nervous, but keep doing it. You'll get comfortable. The more you
Yes.
do it, you're just gonna start talking to yourself and it may become natural. I don't know, good or bad. It's gonna give you confidence the more you do it.
But the videos also help create that real connection between you and the consumer, that you are a real person. Hey, you can laugh at yourself when you do mess up in a video or something. And like, your sphere loves to see you on video. I don't know what it is, but just seeing on video, creates more engagement from your sphere.
Don't be so hard on yourself with video. The consumer's not like, oh my God, look at those bags. They're not looking at that. They're looking at you as a whole, like, okay, what's her message? What's her content? And so maybe she was trying to be silly. Maybe she was not trying to be silly. They can see that you're nervous. That's still real. You're still going back to the real being yourself. If that's who you are, that's who you are. If you're flawless, because I've seen some agents do some flawless videos and I've asked them, how did you do that? And they laugh at me and say, practice, lots and lots of practice, because they did not start out that way.
Yeah.
And I went back and some of them like had YouTube channels from like 8 years ago. And I went back and looked at their first videos. They are correct. They were not that flawless. So it's just practice, and the more comfortable you do it with anything, the better you get at it.
Yeah.
I do enjoy talking to myself on the page, but it doesn't get you any engagement. So don't ignore your existing clients. Engage with the existing clients. What does that mean? Okay, so Bethany is ready to buy a house, but she tells me she's getting married. She doesn't have time to deal with this right now. Check back with her. So I'm not gonna dump her. I'm gonna go onto her social media and keep in touch with Bethany.
Mhm.
Oh, great job. That dress was beautiful. It probably is. I don't know yet. Had that wedding, I mean, anything that she posts that I can engage with her.
Mhm.
So they're seeing it, I'm seeing from her, she knows I didn't forget about her.
Yeah,
It's an easy way to stay in touch with those clients, because if they told me 6 weeks, I mean, you got it marked on your calendar to call them back. They're not thinking about that.
No.
She's preoccupied with other stuff. They're just knowing that you're there and seeing you pop up. It's just showing genuine interest and involvement in her activities. It's her life.
yeah, it keeps you involved, because like, how would you feel if it's like, okay, hey, I'm not ready to buy a house right now, but it's like, then I don't hear from that person until, 6 weeks, 3 months down the road. It's like, well, you didn't engage with me at all. Like, how do I know that you're like still interested? Because for all you know, I may already be out like talking to somebody else because they kept my engagement.
They were saying, hey, great wedding, how's this go, is there
Mhm.
anything I can do? It's just the connection,
Yeah.
just make yourself, available, like, hey, I'm here. It doesn't have to be where you're pounding on her like, oh my God, this is a telemarketer.
No.
They're not looking for that, they're just looking to make sure, oh, she's liking my pages, she's commenting.
Mhm.
She planted some new flowers because she's getting ready to sell her house because she's
Yeah.
getting married. Well,
Well, how's the wedding planning process
I
going?
want to
Like,
be her realtor when she
Yeah.
is ready to sell. She's not ready to do it yet.
no, but I'm gonna stay there. I'm gonna keep engaging, seeing like how their life is, do they need referrals for, helping with the wedding, or hey, so and so use this DJ. I'm sure you already have one booked, but hey, if you need something, like you're just constantly providing value outside of real estate, but for their personal life as well.
And you want to be that realtor. Like, realtors tend to know everybody. They know a person that knows a person. I know a guy.
I know a guy. Realtors know everybody.
So they're reaching out to you and be like, hey, do you know a videographer? One of you guys do. Maybe I need that video because you use them for your real estate thing. Maybe she needs it for her wedding. Who knows how you can help? And like, oh, that was bad. This was a great referral, Bethany. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Even if it's not wedding related, like it could be gardening related too. Like, oh, hey, I saw you're planting your garden, but did you know that so and so has flowers on sale this week? Like, do you need some more? Just little connections like that too.
So consistency and balance is going to be the key here. I know every realtor, this is their favorite, consistency and balance. So as of 2023, the algorithm determines which content is most relevant. So there's a 5-5-5. So it's 5 posts, 5 words or more, 5 times a week. That's what that's what the 5-5-5 is. So you kind of want a time block for this, and you want to do a mixed. So when I say mixed, it could be past clients, current clients, potential partners, referral partners, friends, family members. So why 5 words? This the liking doesn't work because the algorithm's going to kick it up, and the more you comment on someone's post, 5 words or more, it's going to be you're going to be put in their feed, and vice versa. So if you're commenting on their posts, 5 words or more, it's going to be put in your feed. So it's going to be consistent. So those people that you've been commenting on are going to keep popping up, and they're going to see what's going on. You're going to actively engage them, and the algorithm's going to kick in, and the news feed's just going to go nuts. So think back if you've ever commented on somebody's post, and then the more you do it,
The
like
more
it's overwhelmed.
visible, yeah.
And I don't know if Kelly's on. Let's check. Because I'll tell you what happened to me and Kelly. So I started interacting with Kelly's post, and I started commenting on Kelly's post, and Kelly took over my news feed. It was literally everything that Kelly did. It just kept popping up. I'm like, oh, she wants to see a Pink concert. She wants to, I'm like, my God, when did all this happen? But she was front and center for me because I was engaging with her. She was commenting, she was doing stuff back with her Facebook. So it does work.
Right.
You want to when you post on your Facebook, you want to try to ask questions. You want to try to elicit that 5-word response.
Mhm.
If you say, do you like the color green? No. Yes. Doesn't work.
Mhm.
What plants would look good in my garden? You're going to trigger a whole bunch of peonies. Well, then you can respond, well, I have low sun. oh, well, that's gonna change it, and you're gonna get more interaction.
Mhm.
Not really 5 words, but you're gonna get a lot where you can go in and comment. Like,
Right,
that's a great idea.
creates more in-depth conversation. Back to the whole thing, what you were saying though, how you commented on Kelly's post, and that's all you started seeing was Kelly's post, Kelly's post, Kelly's post. I've noticed that myself too. I have, a couple hundred friends on Facebook, what to do, but I only see a handful of people in my feed, and those are the people that I'm constantly like engaging with. So I'm missing out on potential, connections from the other 100 people that I'm not seeing on my feed because I'm not engaging with them. So if you do go through your Facebook feed, maybe even, hey, today I'm gonna comment on everybody's post, with the letter A. And just kind of like go through your friends and just try to recreate some engaging content between them.
Graduations just happened. Huge opportunity for you to comment on there. I think Rick's
And
on.
not just congratulations.
Rick's on. I've seen his barbecue pictures, and that enlisted more than just a response on Facebook. That ended up turning into a direct message. That ended up turning into a text message. I want to know why he's not cooking barbecue for us. I'm seeing these amazing pictures, and like just seeing that, it's like, oh, now Rick is in my feed.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna see like great looking food every day, and I'm just gonna just sit there and drool. But it works, because the more you engage with it, the more it actually happens. And make sure, here's the kind of balance that you want. 25% of the post should be business related. 75% community, family, personal oriented. Not everyone wants to see business 24/7. They want to
Yeah.
know what you're doing. So for you to be that personal expert and you're in the community, what are you doing in the community? Did you go to the parade this weekend? Did you march somewhere and do some kind of activity? Did you go to a community event? What's going on in that neighborhood? So you're getting the two for when you do a community event. You're showing you attending it, and you're showing you having community spirit.
Yep, helps create that personal connection between you and your consumers.
So if you take it a little bit further on the algorithm, so people are like, well, I think the 555 is changing. I don't think that's true, just because of testing it. I know if you comment that much, it pops up, because the people that I've been consistently commenting on, they keep popping up. And it's not just in my group, so if they're in my group, their actual page tends to pop up on my feed as well. So not just like the workout group, but if I start commenting there, I start seeing them. So you'll just keep feeding the beast if you keep doing it. So some of the signals that Facebook looks for, the 3 main ranking signals, is who posted it. You're more likely to see contents from sources you interact with. Seems legitimate. We've tested that.
Yes.
What type of content, Bethany?
If you most often interact with the videos, you'll see more videos. If you engage with photos, you'll see more photos. You see videos of fish, you'll get more fish.
Seeing a lot of fish. I'm trying to see more barbecue from Rich, but that's not happening yet. You kind of get the idea with that. And then your interactions with your posts. The algorithm will prioritize the post by engagement, especially with people you interact with the most. Let me know if you guys relate to this, if you're actually seeing it, not seeing it. And that's pretty much it, unless you guys got some questions for us.
Hey, I just have one question. I missed what was the 555. I got 5 posts a week and 5 words. What was the third 5?
So 5 people.
Oh, 5 people. Okay.
Yep.
I missed that one because I don't know why. Sorry.
So you just want to kind of pick 5 random people that you haven't engaged with or want to engage with. So, and then just start working the algorithm for it. Try it.
Hi, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you go back to that page where it was like the 10 tips? It was like 2 pages ago before the 555. Yeah, that one. I just want to see that one again real quick. Okay.
Screenshot it too.
Okay,
take
yeah,
pictures.
yeah. Yeah, I took a picture of it. Yep.
And if you
Okay.
want any help with any of these, Bethany is amazing with social media. I am pretty good with AI. So if you need any help, just let us know. We'd be more than happy to feed the beast.
Yeah, and you could also make this a part of your lead gen. So who follows the
Come on, say it.
D2D database 2, whatever it is. You know, so like instead of like texting or calling, go into your Facebook feed or, you know, your Facebook friends and Instagram friends, whatever, and just start building, reconnecting with, you know, those consumers that you haven't touched base with in a while. See how they're doing, checking in, send them a DM or something. You can make this part of your lead gen time, not just calling and texting, whatever.
If not, I hope this was helpful and you guys have a great day.
Bye,
Bye,
everyone.
guys. Great job. Have a
Bye,
good day.
thank you. Thanks, it was great.